afternoon, welcome to the channel. My name is Beena, and this wonderful little fella here braving the cold with me today is Walter. Hope you're all well. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video. I've had a touch of the man flu for the last couple of weeks, and I've been not been feeling my best, so I didn't actually get out to take any videos last week, last weekend anyway. So the only couple of times I've been out over the last week, I've been doing it for pleasure rather than, well, it's just pleasure as well, isn't it really, I guess. But you know, sometimes it can feel a little bit like a job. Oh, there's a nice McLaren just there. Very nice. So yeah, I've been feeling a bit under the weather. So, got a very first kite sighting up there. See them flying over the houses. So yes, haven't been around. So I went out this morning. Where should we go? Let's go this way. I went out this morning for a little ride, and it's a bit chilly. Let's get the weather update out of the way, shall we? It's currently the 9th of November, and so far in November we have not seen the sun in Bedfordshire, and that's not an exaggeration. It really has been grey and gloomy. In fact, it's been before November, I think possibly about the 30th, 29th maybe, 28th of October since the sun last shone. And apparently it's been like this for a lot of the country. We've got some kind of high pressure just sitting over the top of us, causing a lot of low cloud and fog. And so consequently it's been really dreary, even for even by UK autumn standards. And so it may look like it's about 5 PM. It's actually 2:30. It's been like this all day. So anyway, I went out this morning, and it was a very chilly 6 degrees, and I wrapped up nice and warm, got my winter gloves on, got my base layer and a nice thick jumper on top of my winter jacket. I've got my winter trousers with a nice thermal lining, and I had my short leather boots, which weren't, well, winter boots, but I thought they'd be fine. And oh my god, my ankles were absolutely frozen. That wind was whipping round. What the hell is this guy doing in front? 30 miles an hour, mate. It's 60 round here. Come along now. Yeah, the wind was absolutely whipping around my ankles and up my trouser leg. And I thought, God, I really got to get some winter boots. So I came back home and warmed up, had a spot of lunch, and got looking for some more appropriate boots. Now, I've mentioned before on one of my other videos that I used to have a pair of City Courier kind of adventure style boots before I quit riding a few years back, and I got rid of those when I got rid of all of my gear, and it was my one big regret, because I absolutely loved those boots, and they don't make them anymore. And the ones that replace them are the City Adventure X maybe, and they were like 340 quid to buy, and I thought, well, that's a little bit too expensive just for some winter boots for me. So I was online looking for something that was a bit more affordable. Couldn't really find anything that I particularly liked in the sort of 150, 200 quid price range. So I went on eBay and I thought, oh, maybe, just maybe, someone's got a pair of City Couriers, an old pair of City Couriers knocking about that I can buy in my size, and they didn't, unfortunately. So I thought, well, I'll have a look, see if there's any City Adventure, their replacements, used in my size. And well, what a complete stroke of luck. But there was one pair in my size. They were collection only, and they were located about 25 minutes up the road from me, and they were 130 quid, or best offer. So my best offer was 120 quid, which was accepted, and the guy had only worn them 10 times, so they're basically like new. They've just been broken in, which is the most hated part of any boot ownership, isn't it? Having to break in the stiff leather boots. So that pain's been done for me, and I've got them for nearly a third of the price, haven't I, really? So I'm out now on Walter and testing them out, and I was really worried that they wouldn't fit under the gear lever. Unfortunately, they do. But yeah, they are quite chunky, so it's a bit of a different riding style I'm having to adopt. But it is working. And they are extremely warm, very comfortable. And I think if I have an accident, the only thing that will survive will be my shins and my feet, because they're so rugged. So yeah, what a bargain that is. Really pleased with that. I know that some people can be a bit squeamish about buying second-hand gear, and particularly second-hand footwear, but I don't really care as long as they're not really gnarly looking. And these looked pretty good. And yeah, so there you go. That was my bargain of the week. And the guy I got them from was a thoroughly nice chap who had an absolutely beautiful house. He was obviously not short of a few bob. He was telling me he's got a Aston Martin DB9 GT, and he was selling something else on eBay, and he had a picture of his 1980s Porsche 911 Carrera with a whale tail on it, which was my dream car when I was a young lad. So yeah, obviously not short of a few bob. It's fair play to him. So yeah, always good when you're buying second-hand gear from people who have got a few bob, because often you can get a really good bargain. So yeah, so now my winter gear is complete. Actually, I say that's a lie. My winter gear isn't complete because I need to get a warmer neck buff, because the one I've got, which I use all summer so that I don't burn my delicate pale skin, is not quite up to the job. So I need to get myself a thicker, fleecier neck buff, and then I'll be fine. I was worried actually that my gloves weren't quite up to the job, because I went out a couple of days ago and it was about 8 degrees, which is what it is now, and I did not dress appropriately. I went out in my riding jeans and I put some thermal long johns on underneath, and I had my thermal long sleeve top on, a t-shirt and this jacket, and I was bloody frozen. And I also had my summer gloves on to start with, and my hands got really cold, so I stopped and put my winter ones on, because I always carry them in my panniers. And I think my hands had just gotten, at that point, really cold, and they were never going to warm up again whilst on the bike. So when I got back, my hands are frozen. I thought, oh no, those gloves are no bloody good that I've paid, what, 80, 90 quid for. So I was looking to see if there's anything else I could buy. And I ended up buying some off of Amazon, just some cheap silk undergloves, which I had before when I used to ride before, and they were quite effective, so I thought, oh, maybe I'll give them a go. But actually, going out this morning in 6 degrees and coming out now, these gloves are perfectly warm. I think my hands just hadn't, they'd just gone past the point of no return without using some kind of external heat to get them going again. So yeah, I'm pretty much sorted now. Although, I mean, I may not do an awful lot of winter riding, and that's not because I'm a fair weather rider by any means. It's because I keep meaning to go and get an operation done on my elbow, because I have lateral epicondylitis, which is a posh way of saying I've got tennis elbow. In fact, I've got tennis elbow in both of my elbows, but one in particular, my left elbow, is incredibly painful. It's keeping me awake at night. It's limiting what I can do. And every time I go for a ride on Walter here, the next day my elbow's really painful. So yeah, I need to have an operation on it. And I'm fortunate enough to have private healthcare through my wife's job, so I can pretty much choose when I have it done. And I was going to have it done last November, December time. And for various reasons the operation couldn't go ahead. Well, for one reason really, I filled in the pre-op questionnaire and they asked a load of questions about sleep apnea, and the score that I got from that questionnaire meant that they wouldn't go ahead with the operation until I'd had a sleep apnea test. My private healthcare didn't cover that, so I had to rely on the NHS doing a sleep apnea test, and that took months. I got a little bit depressed over that. So in the intervening time between getting that test done, I bought Walter here, and I thought, well, I'm not going to, and I got the sleep apnea test done, and it turned out I don't have sleep apnea, so I did absolutely fine. So I could have gone ahead with the operation, but I thought, well, there's no bloody way I'm going to miss out a summer of riding whilst I rehab my elbow for 3 months after an operation. So I said, okay, I'll endure it until winter, and then when the weather gets bad, I will I'll have the operation. I can rehab during winter and then be back again for spring. So that is probably going to be my plan, which means that there will be no content on the channel for a few months whilst I can't ride. But we'll see. I mean, I'm also holding it off because I've got staffing issues at work where I can't really afford to take time off, and I know that I shouldn't do that because your health is more important, but my particular team at work hangs on a knife edge in terms of managers thinking we're worthwhile at the best of times, so I don't want to give them an excuse to get rid of us. So yeah, but I anticipate probably December, January time I'll get this done, which also put a little bit of a spanner in the works because I quite fancied getting a 411 Himalayan as a winter hack, and I think I probably will do that, but it'll have to wait until next year now. So yeah, that is that. So what else have we got to talk about? I see that we've had some new models released from Royal Enfield. What do we think of these then, folks? The classic 650 has finally broken ground. Looks quite nice. Yeah, it does look quite nice. Looks almost a bit bullet 500-y in places. Very heavy though. Very, very heavy. Is it 240 kilograms, that one? Which is a bit of a beast, isn't it? Or is that the... Okay, so they released two, didn't they? So they've got the classic 650 and the Bear. The Bear 650. I don't know whether both of them or one of them is 240. I think the Bear might be 240. Now I have to say, I really, really like the look of the Bear. That is definitely right up my alley, that is. It reminds me very much of the Bonneville Scrambler 900 that I had. Similar sort of style. Yeah, I could see myself having one of those if it weren't for the fact it was so bloody heavy. That is a bit of a lump. Yeah, that's very nice. What do we think of that, folks? I mean, I love Walter dearly and I would not get rid of him, but like most people, I do wish he had just a little bit more horsepower, just a smidge, just for when you want to overtake people. And I think the Bear would do that. But yeah, they're really on a roll, aren't they, at Enfield at the moment? They're pumping out the new models. Been really successful. A few years for them. So yeah, that's that. I think we're going to keep this one short because I'm going to head back home. Because I've had a bit of a long day travelling today already. I've been out this morning for an hour on Walter, and then I went for an hour's ride on an hour's drive to go and get the boots, and now I'm off out again here, so keep it short and sweet today. And as ever, I've said that not knowing how long I've been waffling on for. It's probably been 25-30 minutes already. But yeah, just to say hello. I'm still alive, I'm still shiny side up. I hope you are as well. Hope you're going to have a good week. I hope the bloody weather improves and we get to see the sun at some point. So as always, stay safe, keep it shiny side up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!